Hey friends, Dave here with Transfer Express, and today we are talking about some different heat press and platen sizes. Now, we're going to take a look at the full-size heat presses, some smaller 15x15 or 16x16s, our craft press, and a few of these different interchangeable platens that you could equip your arsenal with. Now, of course, with heat printing, for the best long-lasting application, we want to ensure we have a nice, smooth, and even printing area that we could achieve consistent heat and pressure across that entire printing surface. And the right platen size makes this super easy and possible. Now, using the correct size for your project makes printing those certain items super easy, like I just mentioned, and quick with those long-lasting, stellar results. So are you ready? Let's jump in and compare some common sizes and these platens. If you are new to Transfer Express, we are the world's largest supplier of screen printed and digital heat transfers, heat presses, custom designs, blank apparel, and advice to help grow your t-shirt business. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. We are kicking out new videos like this one every single week. So let's jump right off the bat into our full-size 16x20 heat press. So we've got the Hotronix Auto Open Clamshell press right here with me, and if you've been with a lot of our videos here at Transfer Express, you'll see how versatile and how much of a workhorse this thing is. It's in every single video we do. Now, the full-size version is the largest of the variations of this model, with two additional smaller sizes available, an 11x15 and a 16x16, which is the size right here. So this is a 15x15, this is a 16x16. You could see the difference. Now this one allows you to print graphics up to 16x20 inches, which, if I hold the platen up to me, you could see is pretty much the entire front side of a standard large t-shirt. However, the full-size platens are large enough that you could get a real good idea of the alignment of your shirt on the press and the placement for your graphic on the shirt. Now in this video, we're not going to go too in-depth into print locations and placements, but if you want to learn more, we do have an awesome video linked right here with some helpful graphic placement guides. We'll have that in the description below as well. Now, I will say the most popular use where we see the benefits of this full-size platen is printing the names and numbers on the backs of jerseys. With the 16x20 print area, it allows you to press both the name and the numbers at the same time, making quick work of those large team orders. Now, as you can see, when threaded onto the platen or laid over top, you've got a good look at the t-shirt shape on these larger platens, helping make correct alignment on the press an absolute breeze. Now you could trace the edges of the platen down the side seams and hold the sleeves up on either side to ensure that your t-shirt is centered on the press. Now most of these larger full-size presses come equipped with the capabilities for swappable platens, so you could ultimately adjust your platen size quickly and easily if you need a smaller size. Now this is super helpful when you're printing big runs with specialty placements like sleeves or inside tag prints, gym bags, maybe the leg of a sweatpant, tote bags, or left chests on polos and the like. Now the only real downside to the full-size press is that, of course, they do take up more room and they're on the higher end in terms of cost. But if your budget allows, you will never be outgrowing a full-size heat press anytime soon. Next, let's take a peek at a mid-size press. Now, this A to Z is a 16x16 platen size, and it's incredibly popular because of the balance of cost and versatility for models in this size range. Now with the square platen, you do have a slightly smaller printable area than the full-size press, but you still have more than enough room for the majority of your graphics you'll be printing. Now you'll still have the full width of that full-size press, just with a shorter length. So you could still get a good view of positioning and placement of the shirts on the press. Now while some of the Hotronix Auto Clam and Max presses in this mid-range size have the ability for swappable platens. The majority of presses in this size range, just like this A to Z here, do not. So while you're saving a little bit on the smaller size, you do lose some functionality without the ability to swap out your platen, just like this A to Z here or the Stahls Clam Basic series. Now here on the 16x16, the smaller print area could help alleviate some of those issues where seams may have crossed the printing area, like say for example the pocket seams on hoodies. These are typically designed for mid-level decorators and businesses, a step up from the hobbyists or crafters, although these presses are super powerful machines for crafters who want to make the leap to a small business down the road sometime. For our last press, we will take a look at something like this 9x12 craft press. Now this press is awesome for at-home hobbyists or small home-based businesses because of its super compact size. It's even perfect to take on the road to do live pressing on site at craft shows, vendor events, or even sports tournaments. They are incredibly affordable, really on the lower end with price compared to the other models we looked at, but with that comes restrictions on this printing area. The 9x12 platen area is small enough that you won't have any problems with seams, collars, or obstructions on the print area. You can easily fit those hoodies on the press without worrying about that pocket seam that we talked about earlier. Now with the smaller platen, you may find yourself in a pickle if you need to print a larger image. Go check your closet. How many printed tees do you own with a graphic larger than 9x12 inches? It's probably not a lot. You'll be surprised by how much you could fit on this press. If you're planning on printing tote bags or towels or any other small items, a 9x12 press is perfectly capable of being a reliable workhorse for you at home. Now we touched on it earlier, but the right platen for the job makes everything so much easier. Of course, you don't necessarily need the platens, but they do speed the job up. And after a few runs, they might just pay for themselves in the time saved alone. Now, regardless of the size of your heat press, you could always use solutions like a simple mouse pad to raise the printing area to stay clear of any seams or obstructions. All you have to do is just slide it under the print area, readjust your pressure on the press, and print away. Now that we've seen some of the different sizes of heat presses and our interchangeable platens, before you go purchase your own heat press, there are a few things to consider. So, number one, what is the largest size image that you're realistically going to be printing? Are you doing bulk runs that need quick loading, positioning, and pressing, or are you printing just a couple shirts at a time? Of course, for those bulk runs, you'll need something a little bit more efficient like a full-size press that's fully threadable, but if you're just doing a couple shirts at a time, something like a craft press will be perfectly fine for your projects. Now, screen printed transfers from Transfer Express are typically maxed out at 11 inches by 14 inches, but some of our sheet sizes do go up to 18 inches. So if you're printing full sheets or say wide rolls if you're cutting your own vinyl, a larger heat press is definitely going to be your best bet. But I hope this video helps you find a solution that works the best for you and your business. We are pushing out new videos like this one every single week on the Transfer Express YouTube channel. So if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? There's a button right there. Click the button and subscribe. As always, we're happy to help in any way we can for anybody in the apparel decorating community. If you need to reach us, you can always call us or email info@transferexpress.com. But until next time, I'm Dave. Happy pressing.